Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so can anyone tell me what's the date today? Yes, it's June 1st. Okay, so in our previous lesson, we know how to read and say about the months, the English of the months from January to December, right? Okay, so now can everyone read out together the months for me? Okay, so please start. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Hey Tom, you're not reading. Please open your mouth. Okay, September, October, November, and December. Okay, well done everyone. Okay, so since you have know how to say about the date, right? Okay, so do you know actually there's a date for a single person? So for example, if you are not married or you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, then somebody will call and you are single. And so there's actually a day for the singles. So do you know what is it? Yes, correct, Tom. The Chinese is called 光棍节, right? So do you know what's the date for Singles Day? Yes, it's November. Yes, November 11th, right? Okay. So do you guys love playing video games? Yes, right. Oh, if you love playing video games, please raise your hand. Okay, so you guys, half of you have raised your hand. So there's actually a national video games. So do you want to make a guess which month is it? October? No. January? No. Yes, it's in September. It's September 12th. So September 12th is a national video game. Alright? Okay, so how many of you have cat as a pet at home? Please raise your hand. Oh, I see half of you raise your hand. Oh, so you guys are really cat lovers. Alright, so there's actually a National Cat Day. Do you want to make a guess which month this is? Oh, yes, correct. It's February. Okay, so it's in February 22nd. So we can say February 22nd is Cat Day. Alright? Okay, so since we have learned about the date and how do we say about the month, so today we're going to move on to the reading part. Okay, so can everyone read out the title for me? Lesson 5. Yes, what's the date? Okay, so in this lesson we're going to continue our reading part. So before we move into our reading, it is a story that happens between Joe and Joe's wife and among the animals. So today we're going to teach a reading strategy which is called Story Mountain. Story Mountain. Okay, so what is Story Mountain? What does mountain means? Yes, it means shan, right? It means mountain. So when you go hiking, you can go hiking on the mountain. Okay, so Story Mountain means that when you are reading story, there's maybe something that happens that happens at first and then later, and it's very exciting, and then the story ends. So Story Mountains basically make us understand the story more clearly, because we will analyze the Story Mountain into 3 parts. Alright, so now let's just draw the mountain right here, and we will divide the story into the beginning part. Okay, so the beginning part actually tells us who, when, where, what, how, why in the story. So basically we use a lot of 5W1H that you have learned in your lesson 3. Okay, so to tell us about where does the story happen, when does it happen, who is in the story, and what does it happen. So it tells us about the setting. Alright? Okay, so then we move on to the middle part. So the middle part is actually something that is happening. So maybe there's an event, something that is happening, and maybe it is exciting. So we'll just move these like here. And this here, over here, is the most exciting part, right? And then the story comes down until Yes, until the end. So we will call this the end. Okay, so later on we will divide the story, analyze the story using the story mountain, and we will divide the story into beginning, middle, and end parts. 3 parts of them. Okay, so before we move on to the story, let's watch a video of the reading. Okay, so let's watch the video. Okay, so you have finished watching the video and you basically know what happens in the story, right? Okay, so here are some simple questions that teacher wants to ask you. So in the beginning part, so what is the date? What is the date? In the reading, in the beginning, what is the date in the beginning? And the second question is, how do Joe and Joe's wife feel? How do Joe and Joe's wife feel? Joe and Joe's wife. Okay, and another is, how do the animals feel? How do the animals feel? Alright, so now please do the silent reading of paragraph 1, and later teacher will have someone to answer those questions for me. Alright, am I making myself clear? Okay, so Tom, what are we going to do now? Yes, we're going to find out the answers over here in paragraph 1. Okay, so 1 minute silent reading. Please start. Okay, so time's up. So any volunteer will want to tell me what's the first question? Yes, when is the date? It's December 24th. Yes, well done, Tom. It's December 24th. Okay, so the second question is, how do Joe and Joe's wife feel? How do Joe and Joe's wife feel? Any volunteers? Yes, Laura. Yes, Joe and Joe's wife feel happy. Yes, because they're going to have a Christmas dinner, right? Okay, so how about the animals? How do the animals feel? Any volunteer? Yes, Tiffany. Yes, correct. The animals, they feel nervous. Nervous. Because maybe they will be cooked or killed to make into the Christmas dinner. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the middle part. Okay, so in the middle part, when Joe's wife are walking to the animals, it mentioned there are 4 animals that doing different kinds of actions. Okay, so could everyone tell me what is the first animal altogether? Yes, pig. Okay, so let's write it down. Pig. And what is the pig doing? And how about the second animal? Yes, it's the cow, right? Okay. So how about the third animal? Yes, correct. It's rabbit. Rabbit. And what is the fourth animal? Yes, correct. It is the turkey, right? Turkey. Alright? Okay, so now teacher wants you to find the answer again. So please do the silent reading of paragraph 2 and please tell me, what are these 4 animals doing? What are they doing when Joe's wife walked to them? What are the 4 animals doing when Joe's wife walked to them? Alright, am I making myself clear? Okay, so let's do the silent reading and find the answer. Okay, 1 minute, please start. Okay, so time's up. Okay, so what is the pig doing? Any volunteer? Yes, John. Yes, the pig is hiding in the mud. So let's just write hide here. And what is the cow doing? Yes, John. Yes, the cow is running around. Run around. Okay, so what is the rabbit doing? Yes, the rabbit is jumping up and down. So let's just write jump. Jump up and down. And what is the turkey doing? Yes, the turkey is crying out, right? Okay, so these are so you can know from the movements, right? So you can know that, oh, the pig, cow, rabbits, and turkey, they're actually very nervous, because they're afraid that maybe they will be killed and made into, what is the topic? The Christmas dinner, right? They're afraid that they will make into the Christmas dinner. Okay, so the Christmas dinner basically is the theme that is about the whole story, is the theme of the whole story, that animals, they are afraid to make into the Christmas dinner. Okay, so at the end, are they killed or make into Christmas dinner? Yes, they aren't killed, right? They aren't killed, right? Okay, so in the end, we can say that the animals are safe. The animals are safe. Okay, so they're safe. So this is a happy Christmas for the animals. Okay, so we know that what is the pig doing when Joe's wife is walking to them? Yes, the pig is hiding in the mud, right? The pig is hiding in the mud. Okay, so let's look at the vocabularies. Let's look at the vocabulary here. Hide. So hide, basically, we can see it as a verb, right? Okay, so hide, we can say, oh, you hide in something. So maybe you hide in the mud, or maybe you say you hide under the mud, or you say you hide behind something. You hide behind something. Alright? Okay, so there you can also say, for example, today you're playing the cell phone, and then your mom comes into the bedroom, then you will say, oh, you hide the cell phone. Hide something from somebody. From your mother. Okay, so have you ever played a game called hide and seek? Yes, it means 捉迷藏 in Chinese. So hide and seek. Hide means you hide yourself and not let everyone see you. And seek means you find out somebody. Okay, so this basically is a game for you to hide and seek. Okay. So this is the vocabularies over here. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is the pig doing when Joe's wife are walking towards it? Yes, it's hiding in the mud. So we can say the pig is hiding. And how about the cow? Yes, the cow is running, right? Okay, so can anyone tell me what are the similarities inside the two sentences? What are the similarities inside the two sentences? Yes, correct. They are all is, right? Be verb. And they all have, yes, they all have ing. Okay, so let's write down the sentence pattern over here. So it's basically a present continuous. Which means that the event that is happening right now. Okay, so the verb form we will use the ing. So let's draw a timeline for present continuous. So this is now. So basically the present continuous is something that happens right now and it keeps happening. So for example, Joe's wife is walking to the animals and the pig is hiding in the mud. And the cow is running around, and the rabbit is jumping up and down. So it basically tells us the thing that continuously happened at that moment. Alright? Okay, so the verb, and so the time that we will usually put at the end of this kind of sentence maybe is we will put now or at the moment. Okay, so please pay attention to this time. These kind of times when you are doing the questions, alright? Doing the text. Okay, so now teachers want you to make a practice. So what are you guys doing now? please make a sentence with the verb study English. Study English. Alright, am I making myself clear? Okay, so Tom, what are we going to do right now? Yes, make a sentence with study English. Alright, teacher will give you 1 minute to write the sentence down on your paper. Okay, so please start. Okay, so time is up. Okay, so any volunteer wants to share your sentence with us? Yes, John. Okay, so John says that everyone are studying English. Okay, thank you, John. Okay, so could anyone tell me there's actually 2 grammatical errors inside the sentence? Where are they? Yes, the first one is everyone is a single subject, so the verb form has to be single. So everyone is, and here we will say that there's BING after the be verbs. So study, we will have to change it to studying. Okay, so please pay attention to the be verb forms. You have to pay attention to the subject, and please pay attention that we will have to put ing after study. Alright? Okay, so now let's do a group work. Group work. Okay, so please think of a holiday or a festival. That any festival or holiday could be okay. And please pick one festival and write it into a story mountain. Write it into a story mountain. And do you still remember the website that we have learned in our previous class? Yes, it's called PictoChart, right? So on PictoChart, we can make a lot of graphics. So basically, we can make the story mountain graphics on PictoChart. Okay, so please make the story mountain on the website PictoChart and upload it to Google Classroom. Alright, am I making myself clear? Okay, so since there's not enough time, if your group could not finish the task, please make it as your homework, alright? Okay, so let's do a quick review of what we have learned today. So, we have learned about the reading strategy, story mountain. Please tell us the beginning, middle, and the end of the story, right? And we also learned about the vocabulary behind. And we also learned about the present continuous, the be verb, and the ing. Alright? Okay, so before we call it a day, any question? No? Okay, so in our next lesson, we will have everyone to share their festivals or their holidays with us with the story mountain. Okay, so let's call it a day. Thank you, everyone.